It's a Google Pixel, sir.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You're right on the bleeding edge of all the new technology.
I have a question for you that's not on our little cheat sheet up here. And this gets asked all of the time, and I think it would correlate to being in networking. But do you need to be good at math to work in IT or to be a network admin?
You do not need to be good at math.
Said it here first, right there. This guy. Don't need to be good at math. I get asked that all the time.
So, in network administration, you don't need to even be good at being able to calculate subnets in your head. You just have to know where to go, find a good subnet calculator, or understand when they're talking about certain subnet ranges that you know what they're referring to. But no, you don't have to be good
Thank you for that. Appreciate that.
at math.
What's the most common task you perform as a network admin? Network security analyst. Awesome guy.
Getting coffee and then biscuits and gravy. That's kind of the daily task right there, number one. But other than that, it's usually just day-to-day basic network administration is having to assign a port to a different VLAN because somebody moved. A port's not coming up because somehow it disabled itself because of an error. Replacing a switch because it failed. In my mind, I'm thinking the day-to-day tasks that I get drawn into. And rarely is it having to add routes. Usually you're adding routes to the switches or your cores because you have a new project going on. There's something new that's happening. So you got to go in there and add some routes, or you got to change some ACLs for access. But normally it's day-to-day. Yeah, you're on the wrong VLAN. That's why it doesn't work.
That's good. It's good to know. I know a lot of people appreciate that one. So I was asked a few times.
It's the day-to-day network administration stuff is boring. It's the new project stuff that's always exciting. That hey, we need to provide a connection from here to here, and this is how this vendor recommends we do it. Or we got a vendor coming in and they need to have something set up special for this. That's the exciting work when you're like, oh, so how are we going to do that? What's the best way that makes sense? And it's always great if you have. I've always been lucky to have other people to bounce ideas off of. Because I'll have my idea and throw it at them, and they're like, hey, no, let's do it this way. So I like that idea better. Looking back, if there's anything I were to do differently, like I said, back in the beginning of my career, I really got into network administration on the token ring side. I wish I would have jumped. I wish I would have been a little more acceptable to Ethernet. Ethernet was new, but if you worked in token ring like myself, you're like, Ethernet's slow compared to token ring. Why would I even want to go to Ethernet? But boy, did you realize that Ethernet just took over. It was like a plague.
Look at you now.
Yeah.
And you embrace it every day.
That's probably about the only regret when I think about networking. I wish I would have been a little more forthcoming with Microsoft, but I'm not a system admin. If anybody to come to ask me today a server question on servers, I'm like, I can assign an IP address to a server. I can figure out if the firewall's on or off. But if you want to get into the nuts and bolts of Microsoft servers, I'm not your guy. You want to talk about firewalls, network troubleshooting problems, I can help you out there.
That's good.
You want to talk about Chris Davis's face? Yeah, we can talk about that.
There's not much to talk about. It's terrible. What else can you say besides it's terrible?
Yeah, or which color the dragon likes the most.
It's always red.
Yeah, red.
Red. Always red. He's going to love this. Come on.
You should have had a cardboard cutout of him here with us.
So this is a question that I ask to everybody who I interview. And that's, what some things that everybody should know when they're looking to get into IT in general. Not just networking, just IT, whether it's networking or system admin, even though that's not your forte. If they're just looking to get into IT, what's something that they should know?
Know your resume. I think the last thing you want to do is is put something on your resume that you don't know anything about. Be honest to yourself in regards to what you do know. If there's things you're not sure about, look it up. But when you look at you're trying to get into the IT field and you look at a resume and you put in there that I was a Windows 2003, I did Windows 2003 server administration, but yet you go to that interview and they ask you, so you have Windows 2003 administration here, what did you do? Well, I really just would just apply the updates and reboot them. Well, so you don't know.
That's what you did.
Yeah, that's about it. So if you're going to put something on your resume, be truthful that you know it. If you don't know it, don't put it on there. If you're going to an interview for a job that's what they're heavy on is something you don't know, and you get in there, still be honest about it. You'll be amazed that you might go into a location and it's like, something, we're looking for somebody who knows 2003 administration, but yet this guy has experience with these other fields that we could really use. You'll be amazed how they will overlook that and say, but he has this experience, so let's bring him in and we'll show him the ropes. But you've got to be truthful about it. There's nothing worse than bringing somebody in and you come to realize that they look great on paper, but you brought them in and they really didn't know anything about what they were doing. They were just putting the keywords on there that were just.
That's how I landed an interview with you.
Yeah.
Just stuffing keywords in there, and I got a phone call.
But you came in that day wearing that top hat and the cane and kind of dressed like a magician. It was like, we got to hire this guy.
Perfect. Just worked out. You're like, oh, you're not going to hear from me for like 3 weeks because I'm going on vacation. Remember that? I got a phone call the next day. Get offered the job, and then I start 2 weeks later, and then you're not there, and then everybody's like, Matt Reed doesn't work here. You don't even work. What?
I forgot about that. Yeah. You started when I was gone.
It was funny. It was a good time. It's very interesting. It's a very interesting work environment over there.
And then after you got in there, I realized that the place was in such good hands. I was like, it's time for me to go.
That's true.
You guys got Jack. What more do you need?
Great comment. Thank you.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I mean,
got this. I got it locked down.
Like, Davis's face was getting scary, so it was like, it's time to go.
I have to look at that every day.
So does he sit right next to you, or is he down where Dan Mann used to sit?
He sits where Greg used to sit.
Oh, really?
He sits where Dan used to sit.
So Davis thinks he's good enough to fill those shoes by sitting in
I don't
that
think he's
cubicle.
No, he knows he's not good enough to fill those shoes. He's aware of that. We're all aware of that. I don't think anybody's good enough to fill his shoes. He's really good. We miss Greg. Yeah. He's a really smart guy. I should get him on here. I don't think he would do it, but
he might not. But it'd be great if you could.
It would.
I'm lucky to have him.
Yeah.
I'm lucky to have him where I'm at now.
Yeah. Both of these guys that we're talking about, they jumped ship from the hospital that I work at to another hospital. It's probably one of the smartest guys I've ever worked with, I think. So
I know you're talking about Greg there.
Yes. Yeah. This guy sometimes. But Greg, really though, if anybody knows their stuff, I mean, that guy blew me away multiple times.
And he picks it up quick.
Yeah, oh yeah. And that's one guy who, he works all day, he does it, and then he comes home, and he does it more. He would always be talking about the crazy stuff that he was doing at home. So that's one guy that I would say is very passionate about it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what it takes to get ahead. Not all the time, but sometimes.
That's true. You got to like what you're doing.
He loves what he's doing. I'd say so. I don't know. You work with him.
No, I know he actually.
Last time I ran into him, he was pretty happy. But I don't know. I think that's all the questions that I have for you, unless you want to mention anything else, hating Davis's face or.
Davis's face. That was one thing I don't like. Let's see. If you ever get a chance, you can't go wrong working in hospitals because they got cafeterias.
School districts have cafeterias also.
Oh, that's right.
I have a large history in school districts.
Manufacturing, IT environments tend to be dirty, and they, in my mind, I have very little experience in the manufacturing industry when it comes to networking. But what experience I do have, it was as if they had trying to get them to spend a nickel was very tough. Insurance companies, healthcare, great IT environments because that's where their bread and butter is at. So depending on what type of experience you want or how much you're looking to get into it, if you're looking to be a network administrator, but you don't want a whole lot of change and crazy projects, healthcare, insurance companies, God, maybe even school districts nowadays might not be the environment for you because they're going to be changing. I don't want to say changing a lot, but school districts might not. Well, the problem with school districts is they tend to not recycle their equipment a lot. So they tend to get used equipment, and now you're having to work with old stuff to try to get it to work with somewhat newer stuff, and you run into issues there. Or they've got a hodgepodge. So if you're one of those guys who really likes to get Cisco's, working with HPs, working with Junipers, you can't go wrong with school districts. Is that just Dixon? Yeah.
But everywhere else I've worked, they've been on a yearly plan where you upgrade. And they're really up, like Elmhurst, for instance. I mean, they were really up to date every year. Like 1,200 new computers.
Nice to have that kind of money.
Huh?
It's nice to have that kind of money.
Well, it's Elmhurst, man. Big suburb.
You come out here to little Farmville.
Well, Sterling, they do it. But now they have all Macs at Sterling High School.
Really?
You work right next door.
I don't support Sterling High School.
I know, but Macs. They have all Macs. They're all Macs.
Max. Davis don't have a Mac?
I have Macs.
That's tough for me.
Oh, God. You know what? I have one more question for you because you kind of mentioned it earlier when we were talking before we started recording, but it's something that I tell all my viewers all the time. If you want to get experience, because experience is really important. Whether you're going to go for a degree or you're just going to try to get some certifications or whatever, experience is always going to be probably one of the most valuable things that you can get. How can you go about getting that without necessarily getting a job?
Intern work. You'd be amazed at how many companies out there will bring interns in. Just because it's a good way to learn, and it's also a good way for that company to teach you something and get some free labor while doing it. Interns, you can't love them.
Interns and volunteer work, they exist. It's out there everywhere you go. I tell them all they have to do is pick up the phone and call these businesses and organizations and just offer it. Sometimes you do get paid for it.
Yeah, that's true.
Sometimes you do get paid.
Sometimes you also might get lucky to where if they like you enough that they can get a position in there and pay you at least some part-time work, especially if you know what you're doing. I can't say enough where call up those organizations. Just because you don't see something on the website doesn't mean there isn't something available. I'm always baffled in my mind for those people who, I didn't apply because there was nothing online. Call up, get names. I think the people who really are interested in jobs are those people who are going to find somebody who works at that organization and try to get a name of somebody just to call up and say, hey, Matt, my name is so-and-so, and I got your name through so-and-so, and I'm just trying to look for some experience in the IT field. Do you guys have any intern positions, or do you guys do any internships, or is there some way I can get my foot in the door there just to get some experience? That you'd be surprised how much pull that can get you. That this person was willing to take that extra effort and not just, I'm online, nothing there. I'll go to the next company, nothing there. You got to get off that computer sometime and start knocking on doors and talking to people. Show that you're interested.
You know who hires interns and stuff like that the most?
No, who?
School districts
Really?
during the summer.
No, that's right.
Because they're doing during the summer is the busiest time for IT for school districts because they're always doing a refresh. They re-image, they clean everything out. They're doing their upgrades because nobody's there during the summer. So summertime.
Not even the kids who are in detention for the whole summer.
They have like summer school, which they set aside like a lab or two or whatever sometimes. Yeah. It's the busiest time, IT.
It reminds me of that Chris Davis. He reminds me of school in summer. No class.
No class. Oh man. I think I could just make a video just dissing Chris Davis. I'm just gonna put that out. It's gonna be perfect.
How to get into the IT field. You just have to diss Chris Davis a lot.
Don't be like Chris Davis. Perfect.
She had the dragon here too. We could have interviewed the dragon.
Ooh.
Asked the dragon how he's doing.
Man,
it's so great to see you, dragon.
I need to talk everybody into the next time we play Carcassonne is doing a video. Just randomly ask questions. I'm gonna do that.
Everybody dresses as their favorite meeple color.
Yeah. You have to wear a lot of yellow.
Yeah. I like it. It's a strong color. Other than that, what else we got?
That's it. That's all I got for you.
Alrighty.
I appreciate you doing this and taking your time.
Go out there online and find Davis's.
The system admin interview? It's up there. There's two of them.
What advice did he give? Shave your head? Always wear a white shirt?
Always wear a white shirt.
That's right. Always wear a white shirt.
Like dogs. Talk about dogs.
Go to bed at 4:30 p.m. and get up at 2. What else was there? Always drive a different car.
The Davis-isms.
I forgot about the white shirt. Oh, does he still just wear the white shirt?
Yeah. He bought another one, I think, though. I think he's got a black one now. Like one black one. He wears it sometimes. And a blue one. I think he's got like a light blue one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Do you know that one day, just randomly, we decided we're all going to dress like Davis. So we all went out, got white shirts. Literally the entire department, all of us, went out and got white shirts, came to work that day, and he wore his black shirt. He wore his black shirt that day. Funniest thing. It's like, are you serious?
Davis.
Loser. All right. Thank you, sir.
Zach, thank you. Anytime. You're more happy to come by, sit on the couch and
BS about some IT.
Oh yeah.
Good deal.
No, IT. So you talk about firewalls. Oh, it can't be a good firewall.
It's over my head.
It's just like network administration. You just what IPs can get through and what ports can they use.
Well, now we can do a video on that.
And then
I can set up a little environment here. Show people.
I wouldn't want to remote into my firewall to work those show me.
I'll set up something here.
I don't know. You get a checkpoint firewall in McAfee? That's small McAfee ones.
You know what? I'm sure I can come up with something.
We just build one right there.
Could 3D print one. I can do that. I'm sure I can figure something out.